Hey there, everyone. How you doing today? So first off, yes, this is Jimbo. I'm trying to keep him quiet on my shoulder as I record this video for you. And this video is really about the lessons learned, right? We are about halfway through this course. We really, I'm trying to introduce, at least in the beginning, it's not price, it's time. It's time based on disposable income or savings, non-committed, allocations of your income. So let's bring up and kind of summarize what I hope you have learned. And if not, maybe go back to the spreadsheet, have more conversations, and really, kind of work this out. So let me share this with you. So I call this lessons from step one, right? You could think Excel one, because we're going to be going through two Excel spreadsheets together. Here's the first one again. Remember, this first spreadsheet starts out very simple. It really takes your net income in the very beginning and converts it to time. As you will see, that's only step one in this course. But really what we're trying to say is don't think it's $99. Think it's 5 hours, or don't think it's $999. Think it's 5 hours. Whatever it is in your situation, price tags appear equal to everyone. But what I want you to realize is it's not. One of the ideas that I really want to start pushing forward is our greatest asset each of us have and don't respect is time. Time is something what's spent can't get back. Time is what we are all trying to work for. So again, why don't we think about time instead of price? I'm trying to help have that conversation. Again, it's not how much you make. That's a great misnomer. I worked under this mindset much of my life. It's like, go to school, get a good job, work real hard, get promoted, make more money, make more money, make more money. It's not. Something I've learned from Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow game, and if you haven't played it, I recommend it, is it really doesn't matter what the income is, because in our consumer-based economy, a higher income means more expensive stuff. Nicer car, nicer food, nicer clothes, nicer restaurants, nicer vacations. We need to realize that sometimes, and as the cash flow game teaches us, it's a lot easier to get out of the rat race, get your time back. If you're a teacher, a policeman, a janitor, versus a lawyer, a doctor. If you ever really want to have a real hard game of cash flow, have every member, 3, 4 people playing, have everybody be a doctor and time it. And then do the same game with the same people and have everybody be a janitor, time it. I guarantee you the game with the janitor, you will get out first, and likely hours before. High income earners often are the most stuck. Think about what I just said. High income earners are the most stuck, and they can never earn financial freedom, right? If they have allowed their spending to creep up to their high income, game over, right? Because it just, as the cash flow game teaches you, it takes forever to build up the streams of income and passive income to get there. You can really get out of the rat race in under 5 years if your spending is moderated. So again, we got to remember it's not price, it's time. So we got to be careful. Lifestyle creep is real and kills dreams slowly. Think about that again. I stand by my statement that every high school student who can agree to live on $2,000 a month can get out of the rat race in 5 years. That's an amazing statement. I believe it wholeheartedly. Unfortunately, once you start making a little money, lifestyle creep comes in, and it allows, I deserve a nicer car. Oh, I should get a new dress. Oh, I deserve the new phone. The rat race is real. Lifestyle creep is real. It kills your dreams slowly. I really want the conversation at home to be about time, not price. Help your kids understand. You want that new video game. You want to go on that school trip. You want that new you know, those new shoes, realize that that's going to take mom and dad or mom or dad or aunt or uncle or whoever 4, 12, 23, 31 hours to get. Help them understand that. Wants can be killers. Wants really cost mom and dad hours. Needs, mom and dad got. But wants, we really need to have that conversation. And it's hard, it's difficult. Kids don't want to hear it, but you've got to start the conversation. You've got to help them understand the family dynamics. And maybe, just maybe, they'll want for less things if they realize where the family is in their disposable income. You really have two choices. You can attack this equation by making more money, but you got to keep your expenses fixed, or you can keep your income flat and lower expenses. The same goal is there. You have to increase your disposable income. And if you're lucky enough to keep your expenses fixed or lower and increase your income, it really can compound. But realize, I get a lot of people that are starting out early and they're like, I'm going to bust my butt. I'm going to get a raise, all of that. Awesome. Maybe, if you get a $5,000 raise, whatever it is, spend $500, spend 10%, reward yourself, but save the rest and don't increase the lifestyle. I have made the mistake. I, went from an hourly job to a salary job, and first thing I did is I went out and bought a stupidly expensive new car. Don't do it. It's not worth it. So at the end, those are hopefully the lessons that I hope you've taken from step 1. If not, go back, play with it. My hope is if you have kids, maybe over 10, you're having this conversation, you're letting them know. Again, one of the things that I look back on at my youth is I didn't understand how close to the edge my family was. I just knew when we had money, dad was happy. And when we didn't have money, dad wasn't. That's all I knew. I wish I knew more than that. Hopefully you can have those conversations with the family. Hopefully you can turn price tags into time. That would be very, very cool. All right, everybody. Thanks.